The history of Facebook started in a school dormitory. No, not Hogwarts, Harvard. In 2004, Zuckerberg created his first social platform and almost got expelled from university.
Mr. Zuckerberg, this is an administrative board hearing. You're being accused of intentionally breaching security, violating copyrights, violating individual privacy by creating the website www.facemash.com. Before we begin with our questioning, you're allowed to make a statement. Would you like to do so?
No.
We mustn't be caught by surprise by our own advancing technology. This has happened again and again in history. Technology has advanced, and this changes social conditions, and suddenly people have found themselves in a situation which they didn't foresee and doing all sorts of things they didn't really want to do.
Recent events gave rise to concerns related to data security and privacy, but we should also think about the consequences of Facebook and social media dependency.
When you look at your phone and maybe there's a text there and maybe there's not, and you don't know, when it shows up, that high you get, that's dopamine. It's a spike in dopamine.
It literally is a point now where I think we have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works. That is truly where we are.
These companies offer you shiny treats in exchange for minutes of your attention and bytes of your personal data, which can then be packaged up and sold.
You don't realize it, but you are being programmed.
In 2014, an online survey was taken. To submit results, users had to log into their Facebook accounts, sharing their data and data of their friends with a company that worked for Donald Trump's presidential campaign. This is what happened. It began with a research company, Cambridge Analytica, which partnered with the UK-based academic Alexandra Cogan, who was using Facebook data for research purposes. People taking the survey had to log into Facebook sharing their profile, most importantly, their likes. Based on that, Cogan created a personality chart which he combines with photo records and sent to Cambridge Analytica. He was also able to collect data of Facebook friends of the surveyed group and finally collected data of 87 million people and was able to target them with political messaging. Was it a data breach then? Facebook says no, because no passwords were stolen and no system were infiltrated. But it was a breach of trust.
It was my mistake.
Facebook is not issuing a corporate social responsibility report. Why must companies do so? It is said to expose some degree of ethical blindness and do not only comprise of the latest data protection scandal, but other that are related to breaches of human rights, like inability to cope with problems such as invigilations and bullying of users, and allowing misrepresentation and scamming. But there are more. For example, the tax avoidance scandal, which was with compliance with the law, but was it fair to the society?
Facebook has become a tool for some to disrupt our country and our community.
You say these things like they are my fault, and yet they are not.
Well, you did create a platform with a monetary incentive for people to spread misinformation.
When you were offering your data to Cambridge Analytica,
The Cambridge Analytica case was a significant standing point for the changes in data protection law all over the world. It has given rise to public discussion about required changes and forced those charged with governance to answer questions and reveal the responsibility in the negligence. Zuckerberg had to show in the American Senate and European Commission, and the Red Hat guy was responsible for revealing the Cambridge Analytica harvesting. European Union was the first to introduce legal changes for better protection of users' control over their data. It might seem surprising that the share price of Facebook, even though it dropped dramatically in the day of news release, it fought back their position to the peak, especially after announcing launch of its new product, a dating platform. Some were trying to call for a boycott, but as a society, Do we really care? Isn't the demand so high that we agree to what is happening?
But if you want to preserve your power indefinitely, you have to get the consent of the ruled, and so making him actually love his slavery. I mean, I think this is the danger, that actually people may be in some ways happy under the new regime.
But hold on, that's not true.
Facebook says it's true.
No!
A long, long time ago, I know, not me, I never lost control. Your face